Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you conversion tracking and tagging for Google Ads to track your conversions on lead form pages. So I want to have it so that every time someone clicks the submit button, it sends me a conversion on my Google Ads. So I'm going to show you really quick how to do that. The first thing you want to do is look up the Google Tag Assistant. This is a Chrome extension that you're going to need to have to use this. All you got to do is activate it. So look up Google Tag Assistant, add it to Chrome, and then it'll just install real quick, and then you'll get a little icon in the top right hand corner, and so that's all you need to do for that. Next, we are going to go to the Google Tag Manager, and if you've never set this up before, it's pretty easy to set up. I already have a few pages on this, but let me really quick show you how to set it up for the first time. So we'll create an account, type in the company name. I'm just going to call it Test. And then you can type in your website, and I usually use web as the target platform. And then they'll give you some code to put on your page, so give that to your developer or do it yourself if you want. I'm going to show you what it looks like inside my portal. So this is my account for my website. And what I'm going to do, the first thing you need to do is set up some variables. So configure your variables, and you see all these underneath clicks. Make sure all of those are selected just in clicks. So that we can identify what we need to use. Next, we'll go to triggers, and we're going to create a new trigger. You can see I created this trigger called Click All Events. So go under Click All Events, and make sure all clicks are selected. And this is how we're going to identify in that Submit button. First, I want to kind of preview this and show you how to identify your Submit buttons on your forms. So first you click preview in the top right, and now that you're previewing your workspace, you have Google Tag Assistant set up, you should be able to see a pop-up through this Google Tag Manager when you go to your site. This is after you put the code on your site from the Google Tag Manager. And every time you click on the site, you'll see these little clicks pop up. Because you have that trigger event for all clicks. So now click on your Submit button, and you'll see a click will come up. Mine's called conversion because we have a custom event for conversions on that, but I'm showing you how to do tags instead of custom events. And what you want to do is you want to find one of these click variables that are unique to this page. So what I found that was unique are these click classes. The click class for these submit buttons are called, for me, contact_submit. They're probably different for you, but for me, that's what's unique about these. So we're going to go set up a new custom trigger. Under Click All Events, we're going to go Click Classes. That's right, Click Classes, contact/submit. Copy that, and I'm going to paste it into here. So now I'll have a trigger on every click class that has that contact submit code to it. I'm going to call this trigger name Submit Button Conversions. Great. So that's my trigger. So now we need a tag that is triggered by this certain trigger. First, we'll go to Google Ads, go to your Google ad page and type in conversions in the search bar, and it'll come up to this conversion actions page. I have a lot of different ones, but I'm going to use contact form submitted, which is one that I set up custom for this. And you'll see you can edit the settings. I'll go over that later. First, we're going to go to Google Tag Manager under Tag Setup, and it'll give you a conversion ID and a conversion label. So that your Google Tag Manager knows where your conversions are going to which Google account. I'm going to blur these out because they are kind of special information. One more thing that I want to mention though is that under your settings for your conversion action, you really should, if you only really get one client at a time and you don't get multiple form submits from one client like I do, just have the conversions count as one per person. Because sometimes you'll have people who click those submit buttons 5 times, and you won't want to get 5 conversions from one person doing that. So I do one conversion per person. Okay, now we're going to go back to Tag Manager, and we're finally going to create our tag. So we're going to create a new tag, go to Tag Configuration, and we're going to hook it up to our Google Ads conversion tracking. We're going to paste in our conversion ID and our conversion label from Google Ads. That way it knows where to go. You can make a conversion value if you want. I'm not going to. Next, we're going to go to our trigger. We're going to select the Submit Button Conversion trigger that we just created, and make sure that only when that trigger is triggered that this tag actually fires. And I'm going to name the tag, I'll call it Conversions on Graphic Design Page, because that's what the graphic design page is. That's what we're converting as graphic design leads. And I'm going to go ahead and click save the tag. And then finally, we're going to publish the updates, and then we're going to submit our changes. So it's going to ask for a version name. I'm just going to type in a generic name, my initials with the date that I'm creating this. And then a description, just a really quick description on what I did in this version. I added conversion tracking to the graphic design page of my website. Great, so we're going to see that this is going to be pushed to live. You're going to be able to see that this has all the variables for those click classes, so that'll be able to do that trigger. And I'm going to hit the publish button. It's going to say sing like no one's listening, and then bam, there it is, version 2. Anyway, I really hope that this helped you guys out on your current and future projects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.